Have you ever given something without expecting anything in return? Not because you had plenty, but because you simply couldn't turn away from someone in need? This isn't a story about wealth or power. It's about a man named Moan, who had very little, but gave as if he had everything. And in doing so, he discovered a truth many of us forget in our fast-paced lives. That the greatest rewards don't come from taking. They come from giving, quietly, selflessly, and from the heart. So lean in. Because this story might just shift how you see generosity, and yourself. Once, in a small village tucked between dusty hills and sunlit fields, lived a man named Moan. Moan didn't have much. A tiny house. A small field. Just enough to feed his family. But what he lacked in riches, he made up for in heart. Every day, after long hours of labor in the fields, he still found energy to help others. If a stray dog wandered by, he'd share his lunch. If a traveler passed through hungry, he'd offer food, even if it meant going hungry himself. To Moan, compassion wasn't a choice. It was a way of life. His wife, Sunita, didn't quite see it the same way. Moan, she would say, we barely have enough as it is. You need to think about us too. But Moan would smile gently and reply, a hungry stomach is the worst enemy. If we can help, even once, why shouldn't we? One scorching afternoon, as Moan was resting from work, a frail voice called out at the door. It was an old sage. Worn out, drenched in sweat, barely able to stand. Sunita peeked through the window and whispered sharply, now this one shows up too. Our kitchen is already empty. But Moan ignored her. He opened the door, saw the sage's state, and welcomed him in with respect. Please, Baba, he said, sit down. Let me get you some water. The old man drank slowly, his hands trembling, relief washing over his face. I haven't eaten in 2 days, the sage murmured. Do you have anything to spare? Moan rushed to the kitchen. There were only 2 rotis, just enough for his own lunch. He paused for a moment. Then without hesitation, picked them up and walked toward the door. Sunita stepped in his way. Have you lost your mind? She snapped. These were meant for you. What will you eat? Let him go to another house. Moan looked into her worried eyes and softly said, a hungry man doesn't have time to wait. God will take care of us. But today, we must take care of him. The sage, hearing everything, remained silent. Moan laid the rotis before him. Baba, this is all we have, but it's yours. The old man didn't say a word. He just ate. Slowly. Gratefully. When he finished, he stood up, steadied himself, and reached into his worn cloth bag. He pulled out a small golden bowl, glowing, ornate, beautiful. Son, he said, placing it in Moan's hands, keep this. Moan looked confused. I can't accept this, Baba. It's yours. The sage smiled. A week ago, a king gave me this as alms. But I've been searching for someone worthy of it. Today, I found him. He continued, your kindness came without expectation. That's rare. That's sacred. This bowl is a symbol, not of wealth, but of how the universe responds to goodness. Keep giving. Keep helping. But never lose your humility. This bowl won't change your heart, unless you let it. And with that, he turned and walked away, leaving Moan standing speechless, tears in his eyes, heart full. That day, Moan learned something deeper than even he had known. Kindness given in silence, echoes back in ways we never expect. And friends, this isn't just Moan's story. It's a mirror. How often do we hesitate to help because we're afraid we won't have enough? How often do we think, it's not my job, or someone else will step in? But the truth is, acts of kindness, no matter how small, ripple through the world. They come back to us not always in gold bowls or grand gestures, but in peace. in purpose, in the quiet knowing that we chose to do what was right, even when no one was watching. So let me ask you, when was the last time you gave without expecting anything in return? When was the last time you fed someone's spirit, even if your own plate was half empty? Kindness doesn't require wealth. It requires heart. And the world? It needs more hearts like Mons. If this story touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Comment below. Orange heart, what's one small act of kindness you'll do this week? And if you believe the world becomes better one good deed at a time, subscribe to this channel. Because here, we celebrate the quiet heroes. The givers. The ones who choose love over fear. We're just getting started. Stay kind. Stay humble. And never stop believing in the power of good.